Observing these events, while also noting the somewhat dark features of Presley, Marcucci reasoned that a vaguely ethnic look among teen singers was the key to the teen market, particularly for girls ages 13 to 17. The music of these artists, however, would be considerably toned down and somewhat removed from the rhythm and blues roots of rock and roll, and given a pop music veneer, if not to actually appeal to adults, then to at least alleviate their concerns over juvenile delinquency. In rapid succession, Frankie Avalon and Bobby Rydell, born Francis Avalone and Robert Riderelli, were offered up as wholesome, clean teen substitutes for the absent Presley on Clark's bandstand, with Avalon being managed by Marcucci while recording on his and Peter DeAngelis's Chancellor label. Rydell was also on Clark's bandstand, of course, but was actually managed by his own father and not by Marcucci. The two up-and-coming teen idols had actually been child performers with previous experience at singing and playing instruments, Avalon being a trumpeter for a local Philadelphia band, Rocco and the Saints. However, Marcucci's belief in image was so strong that he reasoned a teen idol didn't even need to have any experience at all in order to be popular. Hence, the virtual creation of the second of the teen idols under Marcucci's Chancellor label that would be popularized on Dick Clark's American Bandstand. Fabian Forte was a 16-year-old student at South Philadelphia High School when his father, a police officer, suffered a debilitating heart attack, leaving the teenager as the sole breadwinner for his family. By coincidence, Bob Marcucci had spotted the high schooler, noting his uncanny physical resemblance to both Presley and Ricky Nelson. He asked the teen if he would like to be a rock and roll performer. Fabian thought he was insane, given that he had no prior experience as a singer. Marcucci was insistent, but the teen, initially at least, was not interested. However, due to his father's condition and his family's financial situation, Fabian lamented. Due to Fabian's lack of experience, which exacerbated his uncomfortable feelings regarding singing, the quality of his initial singles under Marcucci's and DeAngelis's Chancellor label were less than desirable. However, he did score local hits, which is how he came to the attention of Dick Clark. Clark would feature Fabian on one of his local record hops. Though Fabian lip-synced at the hop, and according to Clark, just stood there, Fabian's looks, as well as that extra, intangible something that enables stardom, encouraged the pre-teenage girls to scream. The boys, however, remained indifferent, a trend that would continue throughout the teenage idol phase of Fabian's career, that would quickly turn into ridicule. The criticisms and barbs coming from some of the teenage listeners, primarily male, as well as most music critics, would become a source of tension that would weigh heavily on the young performer. That, along with Marcucci's strict and heavy-handed management of his client, gave the young man a feeling of being manipulated. A rift between singer and manager was slowly developing. For the time being, however, both Clark and Marcucci knew that they had a potential star on their hands. Apparently, Clark shared in Marcucci's belief that the image a singer projected was more important to financial success than experience or natural talent. You've got a star on your hands. Now all you have to do is teach him how to sing. This was in 1958. Dick Clark's willingness to promote a teen with little experience at performing while risking professional ridicule in order to build a stable of cleaner, safer, and non-threatening teen idols was given a sense of urgency due to two events that occurred that year. The first, of course, was the drafting of Elvis Presley. The potential vacuum left by the absence of the king of rock and roll was too good of an opportunity for music entrepreneurs to pass up. It was also a temporary one, as Presley would be mustered out in 1960, so the development of teen idols like Fabian and the releasing of their records while exposing them to Presley's former audience had to be done relatively quickly before the king's return. However, The continued allegations in the press over harder-edged rock and rolls attracting of juvenile delinquency was brought home to Clark by an incident in 1958 that occurred about a mile away from the WFIL studios, literally a 15-minute walk from where American Bandstand was regularly taped. The incident brought unwelcome attention to the city of brotherly love's teenagers in a way that Clark did not want. Even worse, it occurred after a local rock and roll dance party.